Hello and welcome to Fawcett Stadium in Canton, Ohio, home of the National Football League Hall of Fame. We have ourselves not only the granddaddy of them all, but even bigger than that. It's the DSFL 3 championship game, a contest between the two top teams that have never won the Super Bowl, the 1998 Minnesota Vikings and the 2007 New England Patriots. We all remember the Patriots going undefeated in the regular season before falling short on a last-second David Tyree-esque miracle where the Patriots lost 17-14 to the Giants, and then obviously the Vikings lost in the NFC Championship game as well. Let's take a look at the starting quarterback of the Vikings, Randall Cunningham. The 14-year man at a UNLV was phenomenal in the 1998 season. Also, that Vikings offense, potent out wide. Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and Andrew Glover highlight an offense that was one of the most electric of all time. The Vikings in 1998 were the highest scoring offense in the National Football League with 34.8 points per game. This is the DSFL 3 championship game. We're underway. Delay handoff goes to Robert Smith, and he's dragged down from behind after a 1-yard pickup. Tackle made by Junior Seau, the 38-year-old linebacker. Let's take a look at that Vikings football team. They're 15-1 overall, lost to the NFC Championship to the Atlanta Falcons, 30-27 in overtime. After having a 7-point lead, Gary Anderson missed the only field goal all season in that NFC title game. The Vikings, they ran across the National Football League with that high-flying offense, but against teams that could run the football and were potent offensively, such as the Patriots, they absolutely struggled, losing to the Buccaneers and then, of course, the Vikings later on in the year. Another handoff to Smith, gains just 2. Let's take a look at that Patriots defense, starting with a big man up front. 340-pounder defensive tackle Vince Wilfork anchors the middle. And then at linebacker, it's a wily, veteran-laden group. Adalius Thomas, Junior Seau, Teddy Bruschi, and Roosevelt Coleman. They highlight a linebacking crew that was absolutely sensational. Many people remember the Patriots for their offense, and granted, they were great. The defense was top 5 as well. A handoff goes to Smith, looking for the first down, and it looks like he comes up just a little bit short. Again, this is Nick Rice joining you in the DSFL 3 championship game, the battle between the two top teams that have never won the Super Bowl in NFL history, the 2007 Patriots and the 1998 Minnesota Vikings. We start the ball game with a 3-and-out by Minnesota, and they will have to punt as Mitch Berger sends this one away. End-over-end kick. It'll be recovered by Wes Welker at his own 25. He's got running room across the 30, and he's dragged down after a 14-yard return. Let's take a look at Tom Brady and the New England Patriots offense. The quarterback for New England threw for just 50 touchdowns. That was at that moment in 2007 an NFL record, and passed a couple of years later by Peyton Manning. Then also that Patriots receiving core, Randy Moss still holds the NFL single-season record for receiving touchdowns, and Wes Welker that year, 2007, he was phenomenal. 112 receptions for over 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns in just his 4th season at Texas Tech. 1st and 10 for New England. They'll begin this drive at their own 39. 7-step drop. Brady over the middle. He has his man, Wes Welker, for 14 yards and a first down. Move those chains. Again, we talk about Wes Welker. He was so important for that Patriots playoff run. Alongside Randy Moss, he was the go-to target for Brady. What was outstanding is that in the 2007 playoffs, New England had very little production out of Randy Moss. In 3 games in the postseason, Moss had only 7 catches, so they had to go more towards Wes Welker, and he was outstanding. Single back handoff to Maroney, who gets pummeled after a 3-yard gain. Robert Smith on the tackle. Let's take a look at that Minnesota Vikings defense. The men up front were strong, but the big cognate to the Vikings being pretty impressive defensively was their pass defense. They were amongst one of their best pass defensive seasons was in 1998, and it was led by a kid who was all over the football, Orlando Thomas, along with Corey Fuller, 2 guys that were all over the quarterback. 2nd down and 6. Brady, he's got all sorts of time this time. Throws deep down the field, and the pass is picked off. Torian Gray leaps in front of it, and he's knocked down to the 21-yard line as the Patriots have a promising start to the drive, but turn it over. Minnesota takes over possession from there. Torian Gray, he stepped in as the nickel cornerback. Wasn't even on the starting lineup to begin the ball game, but he records a huge interception, his first of the season. Granted, he didn't record a single pick in the 1998 campaign, and the Vikings have a bonus possession. They'll take over at their own 21. 5-step drop here for Cunningham, flips it underneath to Keith DeLong, and he's spun down after a 1-yard pickup. Tackle made by number 50, Mike Vrabel, the 11-year man out of Ohio State. He leads a linebacking core where all of the 5 players that see critical action are age 29 and over. That was the part of the defensive side of the ball that was so consistent for the New England Patriots. They finished the year ranked 4th against the run and also top 10 against the pass, and they were the 4th best scoring defense in all of the National Football League. The pass to Matthew Hatchett gains 4, and the Vikings face another 3rd and 5. Minnesota was very impressive on 3rd downs in 1998. They converted 51.5% of their 3rd down attempts. That was by far tops in the National Football League. Cunningham hit as he throws and launches that one out of bounds, incomplete. And the Vikings begin the ball game with back-to-back 3-and-outs. They'll have to punt again. And Mitch Berger, not known too much as a rocket launcher for punting the football, will have to test out that leg strength here. The Vikings and the Patriots were just getting started in the DSFL 3 championship game, the contest of the greatest 2 teams that ever won the Super Bowl. Mitch Berger with a booming kick down the field, taken by Welker back at his own 17, and he won't get too far. Wrapped up after a return of 10. Tackle made by Dwayne Rudd, and the Patriots will take over from there. This is a New England Patriots football team that was used to getting off to real hot starts. They did so throughout the regular season. They were stagnant in the first half of all 3 of their playoff games. They fell behind early, and they can ill afford to do that here in this game. Let's take a look at the matchup between these 2 teams on the offensive side of the football. It's about as dead even as it gets. The Patriots slightly better statistically, and also they turned over the ball 5 fewer times. These are 2 absolutely remarkable football teams on the offensive side. If you take a look statistically, there are strengths all over the football field. The Patriots are going to use it. They've got Randy Moss at the near hand side of their screen. Look out for him. Brady throws over the middle. That's number 39, Lawrence Maroney, who makes the grab and picks up a 1st down for the Patriots. What made New England so deadly was that Brady was not afraid to check it down underneath to his running backs, as Kevin Falk, Heath Evans, and Lawrence Maroney all caught numerous touchdowns for the Patriots in that 2007 season. 4 wide set for the New England Patriots. They've already got 3 first downs. The Vikings have 0. Brady surveys, checks it down to Jabbar Gaffney, who's wrapped up and brought down to the open field, just a gain of 3. Torian Gray, who made the interception on the last possession, records the tackle there. That'll be his 2nd. This is the culmination of an entire season where these 2 teams rattled off very impressive campaigns. The Dream Season Football League 3 consisted of 16 teams, and of course, the last part of the season was not aired. This is the Patriots and the Vikings, the projected favorites to make it to this spot. And of course, we expect nothing short of a remarkable football game here for 60 minutes. 3rd and 6 coming up after the incompletion by Tom Brady. He's just started the day, 3 of 6 throwing the football. Shotgun snap, it's a 7-man rush, and Brady floats it out of bounds, incomplete. And New England will have to punt. For 2 teams who we have trademarked to be tremendous offensive groups, we have started the ball game with a defensive tussle, 7 minutes of action, and we have seen nothing but punts and turnovers. New England will send this one away. Chris Hansen, end-over-end kick inside the 20. It'll roll through the back of the end zone for a touchback, and the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. 3rd possession for Minnesota. They're still looking to pick up an opening 1st down here for the ball game. Again, we are live at Canton, Ohio, home of the National Football League Hall of Fame. We are seeing plenty of Hall of Famers, either future or current, on the football field today. Over the middle to Andrew Glover, and he's brought down immediately. That was the defensive tackle, Vince Wilfork, number 75, who was in to make the tackle on the tight end. That's a very rare occurrence for the defensive lineman. Vince Wilfork, known very much as a run stuffer, makes the big time pass stop there. 2nd and 2. Vikings have been held to under 20 yards of offense halfway through the first quarter. Snap is back. Cunningham surveys, hit as he throws, and finds Robert Smith, the running back, who swarmed out of bounds but has enough for a Minnesota Vikings first down. Move the chains. Yes, Robert Smith, very much a receiving running back, along with his counterparts behind him, Leroy Horde and Charles Evans. First down and 10. They'll give to Smith this time. Straight ahead handoff. And he's wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 5. That time, Adalius Thomas, number 96, makes the tackle. That'll be his second. Again, he's one of those wily old veterans. Adalius Thomas, the 8-year man out of Southern Miss. 2nd and 6. Play action fake for Cunningham. Throws on the run, complete to Glover. Move those chains again. That's a pickup of 7. As the tight end, Andrew Glover's got catch number 2 on this drive alone. It was a textbook playoff run for the New England Patriots. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, then the San Diego Chargers to reach that title game. Of course, falling short to the New York Giants. 1st and 10, Cunningham surveys, chucks it over the middle. It's caught by Matthew Hatchett, and he's dropped after a gain of 4. The Patriots, though, later on in the playoffs in January and February, it was a real tough go at it for that defense. They allowed to lose the turnover battle, especially against the San Diego Chargers, and were beaten up against the pass early and often. As we see, the Vikings are nickeling and diming their way down the field. Smith runs right, spin move to midfield, and he's dropped at the 48 of New England. That was a nasty move to pick up 6 yards as he jukes out the Patriots. Really broken 2 or 3 tackles. Robert Smith should be a vital portion of this football game for the Minnesota Vikings. They had a disappointing end of the postseason as well, losing to the Falcons. Their defense could not seal the deal down the stretch. The Vikings also couldn't run out the remainder of the clock to win that game. They'll throw to Robert Smith, and he's got enough for a first down as Cunningham completes 7 of his first 8 passes, including his last 5. Move those chains for the Vikings again. It was well documented. The Minnesota Vikings set the single-season scoring record back in 1998, 34.8 points per game. No team has found the scoreboard yet thus far. The handoff to Robert Smith picks up 3. We are scoreless with 12 minutes elapsed in the first quarter. The Vikings, for the first time in the ball game, are in enemy territory at the Patriots 39. Deep drop for Cunningham. Throws over the middle to Andrew Glover. Cunningham is finding some sort of a rhythm in that offense. That is a catch and run of 13 yards to Andrew Glover, the tight end. And if you're the Patriots, we saw this script back in 2007. They were nickel and dime their way down the field. Of course, against the Chargers in the AFC Championship game, they forced the Chargers to settle for field goals. But Phillip Rivers found his rhythm, then Eli Manning 2 weeks later. 1st and 10, Cunningham surveys, still looking, hit as he throws, and fires the pass out of bounds. 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Vikings. 2:21 left first quarter here from Canton, Ohio, home of the NFL Hall of Fame, as the Vikings and the Patriots are deadlocked at 0, but the Minnesota Vikings are threatening near the red zone. Cunningham is dropped. Brought down by Randall Gay. Who in the world are you? That's a loss of 8. And the Vikings go backwards, facing a 3rd and long. Let's take a look at that Minnesota offense. Until that play, they have been remarkable. Robert Smith with 2 catches. Andrew Glover, the same deal. Cunningham, 8 of 9 throwing the football thus far. And he's got Minnesota near scoring position. But of course, Cunningham drops by Randall Gay. For those of you who watched, he won the, well, not single-handedly, but he helped seal the deal in the DSFL radio, beating down the San Francisco 49ers on a last-second sack. 3rd and 18, Cunningham surveys, still looking, steps up, pressured, and down he goes. Brought down by Mike Wright. Yet again, another no-namer for the Patriots. He recorded 1/2 of 1 sack the entire 2007 season. Well, he passed his entire season total on 1 play as he brings down the quarterback, and the Vikings have a dilemma here. They could either go for a field goal. From here, it'd be a 55-yarder, or decide to just punt this one away, and Mitch Berger trots out to send it back over to the New England Patriots. It was a promising start for that Minnesota Vikings drive, but 2 sacks most certainly ended the march, and Mitch Berger's punt isn't very effective as well, just a 15-yard boot, and the Patriots will begin this next drive at their own 23-yard line. The Patriots and the Vikings have had a combined 5 offensive possessions and have yet to find the scoreboard. 0-0 is the score here from Canton. Delay handoff goes to Lawrence Maroney as he lowers the shoulder and moves the pile ahead for 4. As the Vikings yet again are buckling down on defense, John Randall, number 93, makes the stop. John Randall, he was very, very effective for the Vikings. It was amazing. He was an undrafted free agent coming out of college. 2nd and 6, delay handoff to Maroney. He's got a first down and more. Takes a tumble down to the 39 of New England, a pickup of 12. Well, that'll be the end of the first quarter, folks. 15 minutes of the books from Canton, Ohio. We are scoreless, as the Patriots will have a 1st and 10 right after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Third down and 5. Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet. Airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree. Inside the 25, and a timeout taken. Oh my God. This ball's thrown, and Tyree just goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down. And Eli, man, I don't know how he got out of there. I thought he was on the ground, and then he came out of the pile and just slings it.
I think we can all agree that's amongst the top 5 most miraculous Super Bowl plays we have ever seen, and it led to the Patriots' demise as the New York Giants defeated the Patriots in 2007 in the Super Bowl by a final of 17-14. The pass underneath is good for a yard. Tackle made by Justin Hargrove. Let's take a closer look also at that 2007 Patriots season. This was an NFL record season for scoring, along with the 50 touchdowns by Tom Brady. They also got it done on the defensive side. Let's not forget, the Giants only had 3 scoring drives the whole game, and none in the second half until that moment when, of course, the Patriots, and really, they forced the Giants to throw the football at will in the second half. They completely shut down the running game. Guys like Kevin Boss and Plaxico Burress were making Hall of Fame type plays, and of course David Tyree, who you didn't hear from until that day and didn't hear of since, made the big play to save the day for the Giants. Shotgun snap to Brady, throws, and the pass is caught but short of the first down. As yet again the Patriots bogged down on offense. Benjamin Watson good for a yard. And the other storyline here is we have yet to hear from either the Vikings or the Patriots of receiver Randy Moss. Neither guy on either side have made a catch thus far tonight. The Patriots have gone 3 possessions, 2 punts, and an interception. This is a 3 and out by New England on offense, and they'll send it back over to the Minnesota Vikings. Chris Hansen awaiting the snap and sends this one away towards the sideline as it will go out of bounds but through the end zone for a touchback. One final note on that 2007 season for the Patriots. New England lost to the Giants, who only had 1 Pro Bowler the entire season. And the Giants ended up being the only Super Bowl champion in NFL history of all of the 50 Super Bowls to win it with just 1 Pro Bowler for that season. The pass over the middle is complete to Robert Smith, and he's right near the first down. They'll call him just about a half yard short.